Hello again, little bitches.
Hello.
And welcome to another episode of Obsessive Compulsive Dykes.
My name is Anna.
My name's Megs, and we're here to guide you through how to have a long-distance marriage.
Get it off your chest, get 'em off your back. Get your compulsions back on track. Stick it to the strikes, tell 'em take a hike. Join your obsessive compulsive dykes.
If you're new here, this is wild that we didn't do this in the first episode. But like, if you're new here, we are two dykes with OCD, basically. My name is Anna. I use any pronouns. I literally, this feels so insane to do, but I'm like, because I'm like, everybody knows us, which talking to our friends. But equally, I'm like, imagine you just open onto this. You have no idea what the fuck is going on.
It's so true. My name's Megs. I use pronouns they, she. And together we're a little myth-busting team defending the truth of the queer community and ousting all of the horrible lies and gossip fed to you by Big Pharma. So stick with us.
Perfect. Yeah, really good, really good, really good.
I've really got our elevator pitch down now.
We're just going to get right stuck into it. Megs, what's your gender of the day?
My gender of the day, Anna Tolstoy, is a cloud. A cloud that is like actually thick enough to sit on. You know, like when you're a kid and you're like, clouds are so amazing, like made of cotton candy, and you just go and like sit there and have an amazing time watching the birds. I think I'm thinking specifically of this one, like potentially Angelina Ballerina or something like that, like some video I had when I was a kid where there was a lost item and it went to cloud 9, and so then I specifically thought that cloud 9 was like a bad cloud where like lost things go. And then
But actually, it's the opposite.
It's like that cloud 9 found all the things and like stored them because it's cloud 9 where everything's perfect. So that was the beginning of misinformation about clouds for me.
Thank you. I thought about the Care Bears instinctually when you said that, because literally before you even started talking about sitting on clouds, I was already there. Because as soon as you said cloud, I was like, that you can sit on, but you can't really, because they're actually like, but that depends what pitch we're going with. Mm-hmm. You know, is this like a fantasy cloud or is this like a real cloud and it's actually just like water?
Although anyway. I will say, I've never actually tried to sit on a cloud. Like, I believe that clouds are made out of vapor because that's what they told me in science, but
exactly. And stuff. Like at the end of the day, we're both flat earthers, and like, who really knows what's going on?
What's your gender of the day?
My gender of the day is a 1950s housewife, and I'll tell you why. Because today I've been just like doing the laundry, doing a food shop, cleaning the entire house, and consistently thinking, is this all there is? Just being like, oh please let me do something fun, but like my to-do list is just endless because I unfortunately have like 10 jobs and 15 extracurricular interests. You know, and because I have ADHD, I can't prioritize, so my to-do list isn't like, this is work related, this is what you get paid for, what you need to prioritize. Like solving a Rubik's Cube is like just as important as like sending the invoice, you know.
100%. Now, not sponsored, but have I already harped onto you about Tick, the app?
You did last week, but do you know what, you do it again.
Did I in last week's pod?
You mentioned it briefly. You was like, this is not sponsored, but anyway, Tick's really good, it's changed my life, low-key. And
that's
now you're doing it again.
Crazy. Yeah. I don't remember that at all.
That's so wild because it was so long ago that we recorded that episode.
Basically, Tick is this app which you can put your to-do list on, and it has like it sounds like simple, and I suppose it is in a way, but it gives you like, you know, stuff that you do monthly, like invoices, for example. I don't have to like make a to-do list now and be like, oh, invoice, because I'm like, I know Tick's going to remind me on the 29th to prep my invoice. Like, it's a lot of mental rest. Like, all the stuff that you're like, fuck, I have to get all the things out of my mind onto a bit of paper. And then it's like 2 sides of A4 that I'm like, oh my God, how am I carrying this around? Yeah. And I do it again in like 6 weeks' time.
I have that, but I have that with, maybe I should try Tick, but I have that, but I have it just with my own scheduling system. So I will like I will just put in fat red letters on the day, like, you need to do this today because the deadline is tomorrow. So I don't have to think about it until I flip to the page where the red writing is, you know?
Yeah. That's basically it. They've just made an app for it. But
for sure. And I don't like
you
to
spent hours of
rely
your
on
life.
that because, you know, who knows who created this app? Are they corrupt? Maybe.
That's true.
Are they suddenly going to start charging for it? And then like my
database.
whole... Exactly. And then if they suddenly start charging for it, and then like I've basically based my whole life and like the whole safety of my mental well-being is relying on this app that is actually created and owned by somebody else, which means that like all the comfort in my life is owned by somebody else. But then again, we live in a society, and like if I wanted to be completely independent, I would have to like pick berries and hunt and grow vegetables. So like I am already dependent on so many things.
But you've chosen to draw this red line between you and something that's really going to help you. And I respect that.
But I draw the line at Tig.
Okay, give me your Gayborhood watch, please.
So, my Gayborhood watch this week. Some of you might remember, or you might not. I might be gaslighting everyone now, but there is a chance I've mentioned it before. I slid into somebody's DMs. There was an actress whose DMs I slid into. Well, actor. I don't know if they've changed their pronouns, but it was she, her at the time. And I don't know anymore because, you know, I've let go of this person. I've moved on.
Spoilers.
So, basically, there was this actor in the show who I was like, fuck me, you're so hot. I'm going to slide into your DMs. And I thought, I'm usually not a DM slider. Like I always say, I do my recruiting in person. But I thought, do you know what? You're really attractive. I really want to go out with you. I'm not going to wait until we naturally end up in the same room together, which is possible that we will. I'm going to slide into your DMs. And it feels reasonable, right? Because this person is on TV, sure, but so am I, right? We have an equal amount of credits, more or less. And not to be that guy, but I went to a better drama school than you. I have a better than you. And I'm just putting that out there to be like, this is not crazy to do. This is not me sliding into Billie Eilish's DMs and being like, hey girl, like this is not wild to do. This like it's reasonable. I'm not delusional for doing this. You know?
I back you.
Not that it matters like, oh, we're playing in the same league, but we are playing in the same league. Yeah. You know? You just took a FaceTime photo.
Sorry, I'm trying.
I know you're going to wank to that later, and that's so inappropriate. I wish you would have asked me first. Anyways, I slid into this person's DMs, and they respond to me in the most horrific way. Having had this context, right? They don't have thousands of followers. They're like normal Instagram, you know? It's not... Once again, I can't reiterate enough how, like, not famous this person is. And... I slid into their DMs and I'm like, hey, and I shoot my shot and I mentioned the series and was like, oh, I saw you in the series. And like, I don't remember exactly what I said, but something around the lines of like, I think you're hot, would love to go out sometime, no pressure.
Love that. How gassed would you be if you got that message?
Exactly. I'd be like, oh my God, from this other super hot actor who has done the same amount of work as me. Fantastic. Yeah. Guys, that stuff doesn't really matter, but in this context, it does. Anyways, I get a response from this person. And here's the thing. At this point, I've already done enough research on their page to realize that, like, they probably have a girlfriend. It looks like it. But still, they could be like...
Appearances can be deceiving.
Exactly. Appearances can be deceiving, and also they could be like, oh, thank you so much. I have a girlfriend, though, but, like, I'm flattered. But no, instead, I get, like... And this was pre-ChatGPT, you guys... Instead, I get like a ChatGPT answer that's basically like, hello, thank you so much for your message. I'm so glad that you enjoyed the show and that you are a fan of the show. We really appreciate it. I think they even fucking used we as in like speaking for everybody that worked on that fucking show. I was like, are you kidding me? Like, am I sending fan mail? What is happening? Disgusting behavior. Didn't even mention me asking them out. Literally just sent a we are so happy you enjoyed the show fucking commercial package message to me, and that was it. Did not even touch on anything else that I had said. And I just thought, babe. But then again, I'm like, you're manifesting your future. Like, you are treating me this way because you are manifesting the level of fame. Well, that would be an okay thing to do. Where I would be like, true. Oh, this is probably your PR team, which I know you don't have, but you are manifesting a PR team by responding this way.
100%.
You know, you're manifesting a level of fame where you are so untouchable that this would be an acceptable thing to do to me. And, you know, part of me respects that. But why I bring this up now is because this person has, in this year of 2025, started appearing everywhere in real life around me. I see them on the street all the time.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. And I even saw like them checking me out on the subway, and I'm like, I'm sure you don't remember me. I'm sure you don't remember this, because this was like a couple of years ago. We were like on the tube, and I like, you know, two visibly queer people. Yeah. And then later on, like 2 weeks later, I see them walking down the street. They're just appearing everywhere, and I'm wondering, what is this?
What does this mean?
And also, a girl who I went on a date with like 2-3 years ago is also starting to appear. I've also seen her like once or twice out and about, and I'm wondering, what is this recycling that's happening? Like, what is happening? Why are all these people just suddenly... I mean, I do live in East London, so there's that. But
it reasonably could be the universe putting these people back in your path and being like, no, you were meant to interact.
And I always feel that. I don't know if that's like my OCD playing up, but whenever I walk past somebody who, like either of these two people, because it's happened so many times, I'm like, wait, God, are you telling me to go up to this person right now? Like, you know, God's wingmanning me. Oh my God.
God's wingmanning me so hard right now.
God's wingmanning me so hard right now. And I'm like, what do you mean? Do I have to? I kind of feel like I have to. Like, there's a compulsion almost. And then I'm like, yes. Do I CBT and not go up to them? Or is this, am I divinely ordained to be...
Ordained.
You know what I mean?
I think you are divinely ordained.
What's your gayborhood watch, my love?
I'm going to tell you my gayborhood watch, but first I need to just have a moment because I'm way too hot.
You just turned gayer for gayborhood watch. Literally, you were like, okay, my turn to gayborhood watch. Gayborhood watch this space. Literally, like, you just changed up from femme to mask for gayborhood watch. I'm so intrigued as to where we're going with this.
If you're not watching this, look on YouTube and you'll see what's just happened.
Yeah.
I am so unbelievably hot. It's absolutely baking in Wales, despite being literally autumn. Like, it's just basically winter. For some reason, the sun's coming out. And do you know what that reason is? Global warming.
Yeah. Anyway.
My gayborhood watch this week. You know how I tech shows sometimes? So I like do the lighting and sound for some shows.
Yes, I know this.
Yeah, I wasn't talking to you.
Oh.
So I was doing that, and I, as per, like, whenever I get control of the music, I'm obviously going to put on queer songs. Like,
of course.
I don't want to listen to, like, Living on a Prayer. Like, again. Like, we're going to listen to
I
something
really
fun.
do, but yeah.
Yeah, I hear that as well. I'm holding space for that, for you.
Yeah.
I was putting on loads of gay songs, sapphic songs, and the host of the night, because it's like a comedy night, the host kept walking past the sound desk and just like loudly singing along to the songs, like walking past and being like not looking at me, but I could fully see them walking past, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, loud and clear. I'm gonna crank it. I'm gonna get some even dirtier songs on.
Yeah.
I see you now. You like, let's keep raising this until something happens.
Yeah.
So they get up on stage and they've got like all of the acts there in the audience, and they were like, okay, everyone, just need to introduce you to Megs, who's like behind on tech. And Megs just got to say, number one, you look great.
Ah! Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Yeah, scream.
Obviously then I'm there behind the sound desk just
Flustered.
being like, oh fuck, absolutely busted, exactly. Yeah. Then we do the whole show because, you know, the show has to happen.
Of course.
There's a lot
We wish you could have just interrupted her there and then and been like, so, show's cancelled with
you are urgently needed in the sound desk, please.
Yeah.
Come back here right now. Everybody else mind your business for 45.
Yeah.
So, in the interval and after the show, there's much, much more of this singing along, like, not even, like, looking over at me, but being, like, I can see to the side of the stage.
Oh,
so,
it's
like,
so
being
obvious,
in the wings.
but when you are that person, for some reason you don't think it's obvious. Like, when you are the person singing along, you're like,
100%.
Oh, maybe they haven't seen me singing along. Like, let me just do it more and pretend like it's not for them. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
But, like, the person being you, it's, like, so obvious.
Yeah, I'm like only looking. You're the only one
God.
who knows any of these songs.
Yeah.
So the whole audience exit. Usually the host goes because they're like kind of star of the show, so they're at the bar like having, you know, attention from everyone.
For sure.
But I'm packing away the venue, and I'm the only one there like packing away because it's like you only need one person really. The host stays in the room with me. So now we're both just listening to my pack up music, which is like the same songs but louder because I'm not expecting anyone else to be there.
Yeah.
Then they clearly are now staying around. So we're packing up chairs together. I go and like turn the music down a bit. We're obviously flirting, right?
Yeah.
They've obviously said
That
whatever
you look
they've
great.
Said. Exactly. Everybody knows.
Everybody
Sexual
knows.
tension is
Yeah.
palpable. And also we're doing that thing where like you're sort of daring to just keep eye contact with each other.
Yeah.
Like, and waiting for the other person to do something. Which,
Love.
as you and I know, like we're always the people to do something. So I do kind of like sadistically love longing it out because I'm like, I'm going to be doing it eventually anyway.
Exactly. Let's see how long I can drag this out, which is forever because it's gonna be you.
Exactly.
So either you do it in like 10 minutes or you do it in 2 hours or it never happens.
That part.
Yeah.
So then we're chatting about life, you know, not like giving all that much away.
Yeah.
And like doing the whole like we're two mysterious gays, you know, in the cloak of the night.
For sure.
Then it's like, like, are you staying around for a drink? Like, should we go down to the bar? And I was like, maybe, you know, like I'm not sure if I'm gonna go because right now I'm like, this is the moment like that anything would happen because now we're gonna go down to the bar. Everyone's gonna be all over you all night and like, what am I gonna do? I'm not gonna hang around being like, oh my god, when will they talk to me? So I'm like, yeah, maybe. And then they're like, yeah, you know, well, I suppose you are too young and pretty for me. Which...
You are too young and pretty for me?
Yeah.
Sorry, I need to sit up.
Like, what?
Oh my god. Sorry. I think that's almost counts as like... Sorry, I'm moving too much to be speaking. I just got so excited. I think that almost counts as a move. Because you are longing out the move and you're longing out something happening that's ultimately going to be you. But like that comment, like at this point, they've done more than you have.
That's true. I mean, I have put on all the gay songs. But they
For sure, but I'm not sure how much weight that holds. Like that could just be for you.
Yeah, I hear that. Totally. I do think it could be regarded as a move, right? But it also could be regarded as quite the opposite of a move. Like ducking out before a move needs to be made, being like, well, you know, I'm too old and ugly for you anyway. Not that they are, right, at all.
Yeah, but maybe it's a test as well.
I was like, well, that's of course how I took it. I took it as a test.
Yeah.
So I was like, I don't know what I said. Something like schmoozy that was like, so you're going to like tap out. Like you're disqualifying yourself before even running the race kind of thing. Whatever.
Yeah.
Something like that. And they were like, no, I'm 39. And I was like, 39 is not old. Like, I don't know what planet you're on. And they were like, oh, you're so sweet. Like, yeah, like that's nice of you to think.
Oh no, now it's annoying.
Yeah, now I'm like,
now you've switched the tone. Now it's not. What are you doing this for?
Yeah, what were you doing this whole evening? Like, I haven't told you my age.
Exactly.
So, like, whatever age you thought I was at the beginning of the night, you probably still think I'm that age. Like, unless something in this conversation has made you think, right? So now I'm like, now we're in a room together, like fucking Moona blaring in the background, just being like, we could have literally done anything right now, and you've just been like, oh no, I'm too old, and you've got in your own way. Like, what a beautiful
which is
moment
so
we could have had.
unfortunate, and I can understand it to a degree, but it's really annoying because it's like, you're 28, you know, like that's you're
I'm not
adult.
22 years old.
Exactly. You're over 25. Your brain's fully developed. Your face is fully developed. Your brain's fully developed. Like, it's all good. Like,
yeah.
And I guess I can understand it to some degree. Like, I don't know how I'm gonna feel when I'm 39 or whatever, but it does. But I understand like the frustration where it's like either you don't engage in this at all, or you get over the fact that you're over 10 years older than me. Do you know what I mean? Like, either you don't flirt with me then at all. What the fuck? Just leave it then.
Stop. Exactly. And also, like, if you are gonna do all that, then why even, if you're gonna do all that flirting with no kind of like belief that you're gonna see it through, why even disqualify yourself? Why not just be like, oh, let's flirt all the way to the end, and like that was fun.
Exactly. Exactly.
You don't need to be like, anyway, to round this off,
let me just like neg myself a little bit and make it clear that this isn't going to happen in a million years because you're a baby. What?
Exactly.
I had a really fun interaction. Speaking of age differences, I've weirdly been dating people over the age of 35 this year, more than once, which is like verging on
geriatric.
Like 8, 9, 10.
Just kidding, you guys.
And then I told one of them like that I had been on a date with somebody else who was their age because they were like worried about it, and I was like, well, if that makes you feel better, maybe it doesn't. And then they were like, oh my god, do you like older women? And then they went, am I older women? I feel like, you know, older women needs to be, I mean, it's all relative to whatever age you are, right? But the fact that we are in our late 20s, for somebody to be an older gay to us, that's like at least you're in your 50s. Oh.
Now we've shown our internal bias. Okay. I would say for me at 28, like if I was dating an older woman or someone older, it would be 40s.
Right.
Because if you were like, oh, my partner or someone
I would still say that my partner is older 41. Than me if they were in their 40s, because they are. So like,
but I think 40. If you were to be like 41, people wouldn't be like, oh yeah. Whereas if you were like 32 or 36 or 38, I feel like that's all like,
30s isn't crazy because we're in our late 20s. So anything in the 30s bracket sounds like pretty basic. I think, maybe if somebody was in their 40s, people would react to it. But I think I wouldn't maybe name it as like an older gay unless they were in their 50s.
Okay. You heard it here first.
Yeah.
At 50, you get a trip into the older gays.
Exactly.
I think that's different with straight people, though. I don't think that... Okay, because we're getting into nuances here because, right, like to be a person, like regardless of sexuality, like 50 is not old.
No, exactly. All. I think that's maybe why I'm like, but that's why I mean like it's all relative, because it's relative to the fact that we are in our late 20s.
That's true. Because if you were in your like late teens and dating,
if we were in our mid 30s,
we would be older.
If we were in our mid 30s and we dated somebody in their 40s, that wouldn't be like dating an older person.
What we discovered is time is relative. We should tell the scientists.
We need to remember that we're still in our 20s, because I feel like because both of us date people mainly who are older than us, and I feel like we are wasting the last years of our 20s thinking that we are already in our 30s.
That's so true. We're in our 20s. We're wild,
you know,
young,
it's like
free.
We're still in our 20s. God damn it! Like for some reason, I've like, and that part of my life is over. I'm like, it's not though. Like, what are you talking about?
Truly in it. Like, I have literally no trousers on right now. And that's a fact. Come to YouTube to verify that.
Yeah. Tell you what I've been listening to like crazy is There's Something About Her with Cat Burns.
Been a fan for many years now.
Is it?
That's okay. Yeah, Cat Burns. No, I'm being serious. I've been listening to Cat Burns for years.
Oh, well, love that for you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Anyway, as I know from Traitors, she's only 25, so...
Oh my god. I think I saw that on Traitors and was like, oh my god, you're so young, and then completely forgot about that information because it wasn't convenient to my narrative.
Yeah, exactly.
On Traitors, I cannot believe how hot she is.
Yeah, to be honest, I mean, they really did a trick there in, you know, the team behind Traitors to put her in there, because they've brought the entire Sapphic community to the show.
Truly.
Which is like a lot of people that maybe wouldn't watch it before. I mean, everybody watches Traitors, but
I didn't watch it like for the past couple of years because of my traumatic Traitors incident. Have I told you about this?
No.
Oh my god. So watch the first, you know when Traitors got really big, like around lockdowny time. It was like maybe a couple of years after lockdown.
Yeah.
So watched it then, obviously. It was amazing. So then a friend group that I was kind of in a periphery of decided to do Traitors, like literally real life. So this one woman who has like a big estate, her family own this massive estate in the middle of nowhere.
I love friends like that.
Yeah.
Honestly, I put an ad in seeking friends with large estates and money, and parents with houses abroad, please. Continue.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, yeah. That's exactly what you need in life.
Yeah.
In fact, you have a house abroad. Have you ever considered that?
Oh, well, I mean, it's not really mine. If you're talking about my grandparents' house that we are fighting to keep, between like 3 sisters and grandchildren, and which I pay money for in order for us to keep it, that's the only house ownership that has been remortgaged about 10 times. Other than that, my mum rents an apartment. So I wouldn't necessarily say I have a house abroad, and this is in Sweden where I'm from, and I'm renting in London.
I totally hear that.
You know?
Okay.
But
well,
let's reframe it. I got a house abroad.
Got a house abroad, baby. Traitors. So we went away to this place in England and had this whole designed weekend where the runner was the host, and we changed their name to be like Claudia Winkleman.
The runner is the code name for a close friend of Megs and Megs' partner.
Yeah, this is true.
Just
and
to reiterate,
if you don't know everyone's code names, if you're confused, then feel free to just do the fucking work and listen to the past 2 series.
Yeah. To be honest, but the vegan is also Meg's long-term partner. Just putting that out there. Continue.
Thank you. We had this whole thing. We gathered around the table. They had like our headshots there with crosses ready to go on.
Oh
like,
my God.
It was incredible.
This is the type of organised fun that I live for, but obviously I know this is about to turn traumatic, so I shan't say too much.
So me and this other person are kind of like periphery members of the friendship group, but the main friendship group is like the vegans kind of friends and housemates and things.
Yeah.
So me and this other person whose name I shan't reveal, I'll call them the traitor. Me and the traitor get chosen to be the traitors at the round table, right?
Great.
And then we look up, we do the whole thing. Who's a traitor? We go around saying like, I am a faithful, whatever. Then we all go into our separate rooms because we all have separate rooms. Let's just bear that in mind for a second. That's how big this house is.
Yeah.
The runner goes around and gets people out to do like VTs, or like gets people out to like go and do the traitor part, but like no one knows when the people like next door that they can hear are going, so it's all well managed to keep the secret.
Yeah.
We go out, you know, we kill someone, and we're doing it a bit fast. We're doing like lunch, you get a death, dinner, you get a death, breakfast, you get a death.
Yeah.
Because we've only got a weekend.
Yeah.
Chaos begins to ensue. People are dead, they're angry. But the rule of this weekend is like, even if you're dead, you're allowed to join in. Like, you're allowed to join in with the challenges.
That's problematic because over the challenges, right?
It is wild because obviously our job is to be the traitors, to like win. We've all put £5 in, by the way. Everyone who's there's put £5 for the prize money. So we're playing all these games.
How many
of the games?
How many people? In
12
total?
maybe. So then we are playing all these games. One of them is like out in the fields. You have to follow a load of like notes around the field to like get and follow a map and like get back to the house.
Yeah.
It's amazingly designed. So fun. Obviously everyone's like going mad because like they can't trust their own friends.
Yeah,
I think
sure.
that the problem is people took this more seriously than they thought they were going to.
Yeah.
People don't know how to have a fucking good time. It's my professional diagnosis.
For sure.
Fast forward, we're getting to like the end challenges now. There's one challenge where like one team have to be like inside the house with like laser pointers or something, and like that represents like a shot, so that if you have to sneak in the house, but if you get like pointed with a laser because someone's seen you, like that means you've been caught.
Great.
So we're scooting around like on our tummies, like laughing. We're all in like black with like balaclavas on, and then we're running around. We have to go get something. So the house is like somewhat circular. Through like 4 of the rooms, you can kind of go in a circle.
Yeah.
I'm running. I hit into a bookcase that has an ornament on it that falls onto the floor and smashes.
No. It's
life
somebody's
flashes
dad
before my eyes.
Oh my God.
It is just a vase.
Okay.
However, obviously my OCD kicks in.
Yeah, and
I'm like,
think
everybody's going to hate me. I've ruined the whole weekend. Like, this is awful. What is this? I'm happy to pay for it, but what is it? Also, we're in this mansion. Like, whoever owns this clearly doesn't need me to pay for a vase. Like, they're okay.
For sure.
Suddenly, it's like the person who owns the house, or like whose parents own the house, like runs in, like all the lights go on, like the fun is over.
Because of the vase?
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's that deep?
It's that deep.
Fuck.
There's people like crying. There's people like hoovering it up. There's people like trying to fit it back together and like see if they could glue it.
People crying.
It's all happening. Tension is high, let me tell you. And I think this is the beginning of the end.
Yeah.
Because this was obviously an accident, so no one could really be angry, but they were obviously angry. Held side by side with the fact that I was a traitor and therefore was like continually lying to everyone all weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously, they didn't know the traitor part at that point, but like there were undercurrents energetically, you know, like I've not been on their side for the weekend. Anyway, we continue, whatever. I think that game is done, but like we continue over the weekend. When it gets to the finale, there's me and the other traitor and 2 other people, 2 faithfuls.
My God.
So we're all sat around, like the traitors have done amazing, I cannot lie. Like we have absolutely bombasted this weekend.
Yeah.
We're seeing that, like, you know,
12
£60.
times 5. Yeah.
We're seeing £30 each and we're thinking, brilliant, it's going to pay for our train home.
Yeah.
Cannot wait. We get to this round table. One of the people left in is somebody who I like knew pretty well out of the group.
Yeah.
I'm going to call her the home wrecker. And that's another story I need to tell you about for another time because it's hilarious.
Okay. Do you like her?
Oh, like we're so far. I don't talk to a single person that was at this weekend.
Okay.
Like it was deep.
Right. I was like, homewrecker. There's some negative connotations going on.
Apart from the runner and the vegan, I still talk to.
Yeah, of course.
But the homewrecker is like, it's not me. Like, I promise, I swear on my life, it's not me that's the traitor. Like, please, like, you cannot vote me out because like it's so unfair. Like, they're in here, they're insidious, they're in the group. Like, you have to believe me. Like, it isn't me. And like, if you vote me out, like, they're gonna win.
Oh my God.
Like, getting to the point where like she was like absolutely hysterical.
Yeah.
Like. Yeah. I was like, oh my God, like I just don't know whether I can trust that or not. Like I want to believe you, but like I'm scared you're just saying that because you're the traitor and you're making me feel bad. Like, you know, all the stuff you have to fucking say.
Of course.
Because
you're playing the game.
So we voted out the other person. So I think I can't remember what happened.
So it's the homewrecker, it's you and the traitor left.
Yeah, but obviously by that point she knows. Like,
that she's gonna be voted out next.
Yeah, exactly. We get to that point, the 3 of us in the finale.
Yeah.
She quits the game. She's like, I'm not doing it. I'm not participating anymore. Like, this is horrible. Like, this is not how I wanted this weekend to go. Like,
oh my God.
Throws a strop like comparable to like kids you see on You've Been Framed.
Jesus Christ.
It was despicable. Like,
yeah.
And everyone lost their shit. Like it was like the drop that broke like the surface tension of the water and and then like a tornado appeared. Everyone was fuming. Suddenly we hadn't won. Suddenly like we ought to be ashamed of ourselves for lying to everyone for the weekend and like making people believe that we weren't the traitors.
God.
Me and this other woman who we don't really know each other that well, but we'd kind of bonded obviously in this secret thing, like going down in our cloaks. It was horrendous. It ripped apart the friendship group. We then got like accused of all this stuff, and then they were like, and we're keeping the money to pay for the vase you broke, Megs.
Oh my fucking God.
Can you believe that?
These people, that is insane. No, but honestly, what the fuck?
I know. And these people roam the earth freely.
No, I'm just baffled at what people
can and will do.
Yeah, what people can and will do. But I'm also like, is this real? Like, are people making up lies about each other? Or like, I don't know, because I think I tend to be like quite naive. Like, I remember when the first time somebody like proper lied to my face, which was my second boyfriend, rest in peace, he's alive. Anyway. And I remember him being like lying to my face about something insane, like, oh, I'm not like staying at this other girl's house, which he was, and I like knew it, and he just lied to my face so intensely. And I just remember feeling like, wow, I can't believe you don't have a conscience and that you can like happily lie about this, and like you've almost convinced yourself it's the truth. And as two people with OCD, like we just wouldn't do that. So it's just like, so I think if you have OCD, like you're more empathetic than the average person, and it might come from like a point of like a place of self-interest, because it's actually to like stop yourself from the karmic revenge. But still, it means that we have a bigger conscience, low key. And I'm just like so baffled at what people do and say, like, and also because I'm like, I don't know, a lot of people that I rate have like beef with people who think that they're bad people, and I'm like, not everyone's gonna get along, and I know it's not black and white, like good people, bad people, good actions, bad actions, and everything's an experience, like how you experienced it versus how the other person experiences, and what is the truth and what is the ethics, and like it can't be that black and white. But still, I don't know, maybe it's the fact that I'm like, but it's gotta be black and white because that's how my brain works.
Yeah, that's true. It's the constant struggle between black and white thinking and being like, but the world is a grayscale experience, but it's like, but we can't categorize that, so like that isn't possible.
Exactly.
But then it's like you just have to accept that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Basically what I'm trying to say is I can't believe the homewrecker is such a massive bitch.
And the homewrecker, if you're listening, I just want you to know I forgive you, but good luck ever forgiving yourself.
Exactly. Like, I choose compassion over resentment because I can't be fucked to have resentment because it's damaging me. I don't care about you, respectfully.
Yeah, respectfully.
Yeah, I've chosen compassion for me.
I couldn't give less of a shit about your ugly hairline.
Yeah.
I need to tell you quickly,
Traitors.
like in a little quick thing, like why I've called this person the homewrecker.
Please.
This person was in a relationship with someone who was kind of pulling away from her, and she wasn't really sure what was going on. It's kind of like a bit of a pattern as well. Like, she didn't have the best love life. Like, I don't know what reason that was. I wasn't super involved with her love life. But this one person she's dating, he's kind of pulling away. This is as far as I can remember. And the OCD's coming in. I'm like, oh my God, but what if she writes into the pod and she's like, that is not exactly what happened. And like, how dare you misrepresent my story? I know you're listening, baby. The guy was kind of pulling away. She didn't want him to pull away. They were kind of off again, on again. He wasn't treating her really like the nicest, but I don't also think she was treating him the nicest when you think about what she did afterwards. She discovered that he was in a relationship. He was married in America.
Okay.
He has an American family, and he was over, I think, for work, or maybe they had some kind of like, maybe they met on like a work conference online, and then they were like put into a breakout room together, and then they like got on, and then he came over for like a work party in England, and then they met there. Something like that.
Yeah.
So when he doesn't reply to her anymore, she goes onto Facebook, little facky bee. She finds him on Facebook. She messaged him saying, I am gonna tell your family about our relationship if you don't reply to me.
Oh my God.
So then we're all sat around like watching TV. We may have even been watching Traitors at this point. He's like messaging her or calling her.
Wait, sorry, is this
like
happening over Traitors weekend?
No, this is not. This is like pre-Traitors weekend.
Okay.
And she then blocks him on Facebook, sends screenshots of their entire relationship to his wife, but then it doesn't deliver to his wife on Facebook, right? Like, it doesn't, like, because she's told him that she's going to do it. He probably logged into like his wife's Facebook and is like, ignore this crazy lady, whatever,
and blocked her.
So then she finds his mum on Facebook.
No.
And sends the entire screenshots to his mum.
That is so incredibly wild.
I know. Now saying it again, I'm just like, it is iconic.
It is iconic. That's the thing. That's why I said incredibly wild, because I was like, I can't hate on this bitch. And like, I don't know. This is also a whole sort of sub-thread that we could go into. Like, what's the ethics here? Like, who's, you know, obviously she's doing it for her own revenge. She's not doing it for the good of the wife, because she's like, I perceive that your life will be better when you're out of this lie of a marriage that you're in. Mm-hmm. You know, she clearly has her own sort of reasons for this, but equally, like, maybe they are divorced, maybe the wife is happy now. Like, I'd love to know. We should write.
I would love to know. I wonder if her and him really settled down and had a successful relationship off the back of that.
Probably, yeah.
Probably.
Yeah,
that's
I mean, isn't
how
that how you and the vegan man?
Marriages start. Okay, we have to get to Clit Screen.
This week on Clit Screen, we have watched Show Me Love. In Swedish, it's called Fucking Åmål. How was your experience of this film?
Yeah, okay, I've got a lot to say about this film.
Great. Take it away.
This film, for me, I wanted it so hard to be a top.
Fuck off.
But it unfortunately was a tank.
There's something wrong with you here, is all I have to say.
Do you know what?
Nothing
I
wrong with this
accept that.
film.
I'll tell you what was wrong with this film.
Okay, please.
So, number one, they have an in list and an out list, right? Raves are out, as they say. Do you know what else was on that out list?
Tell me.
The Spice Girls.
Okay.
So that's docked 1 point.
So basically,
You know when
I'm just going to say the premise of this film, right? It's It's a really small town in Sweden. Mm-hmm. And there's this girl who's desperately in love with a popular girl. And she's this like quiet, weird girl, lesbian. And they're in what, like year 7 or something?
Yeah, something
they're
very
like
young.
13 or something. And
maybe like year 8, 9.
yeah. And then she's in love with a popular girl called Elin. And she's like, oh, I want Elin to like fall in love with me and blah, 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 blah. And then Elin is this cool girl and she's just like bored and just like a bit crazy. And it's like, I want to do drugs and like, I want to get out of this fucking small town. Yeah, that's the context of the film.
That was like basically the entire storyline, if I'm honest. Which is fine if you're also 12 and watching
Let me
the
ask
film
you this.
being like,
Did you enjoy After Sun, the film?
I don't think I've watched it.
Okay. Well, you enjoyed Portrait of a Lady on Fire. Would you say that that's a riveting plot with loads of different plot points and it's reaching loads of different levels? It's about the intricacies and the detail. Now, if you don't pay attention to the detail, then you're missing the entire experience of the film. The plot isn't the be-all and end-all of what makes a film.
I think if your main defense of a film is that the plot isn't the be-all and end-all, then like we're already starting from a place.
I mean, I love the film. Also, mind you, this film came out really long ago. Mm-hmm. So the fact that this film was even made about this small town and these like a really young, it came out in 1998.
Amazing.
Right? And it's about two like 13, 14-year-old girls in a small town in Sweden falling in love. And there's loads of small... I think also, like, if you've grown up in Sweden and if you know anything about, like, small town culture, specifically in Sweden, like, there's a lot of, like, references that, like, make a lot of sense. The languages they use and, like, the way that they talk and the way that they move, what they wear, how they act, how their families are, where they are living, like, the interior design. Like, I think, like, the costume and... the set design, like everything I think is so pivotal to the plot and like what language they are using when they talk to each other or talk about each other. It's just like so iconic. The soundtrack is amazing. Like I think this film is a piece of art.
I love that for you.
Yeah,
that is nice. It's nice to hear you talk about it because obviously like it's gonna of course be more appealing to you. I think it had great details, like for example, like I really enjoyed the threatening someone with a toilet brush. Like I really enjoyed the costume, especially the baggy cargos and like all done up red like Adidas looking thing. That was obviously sick and I was like, that's so funny that's cool again now. And like I love the chunky landline and the guy being like, I pump iron like 98 kilograms and like the triggeringly thin eyebrows. Like of course it all like reports back to a time and like brings that time to me. And like Elin is like the original ADHD icon that without ever being told. Also the fact that she, spoilers, breaks up with the guy from like the next room via the phone is just like absolutely brilliant. And the end line being like, please move, we're going to fuck now. Like yeah is so iconic. There's so many great things, which is why I wanted to love it. Like the acting is also good, I thought.
It is.
But the sad truth remains that it is just another classic lesbian film of like literally someone being suicidal, like sadness for the entire thing, homophobia, bullying for the entire film until the last 5 minutes where like suddenly they're together and everything's fine. And like I just, like we've said a million times, like it's been done. And I get that it was an original and it was of its time and
in a small town in Sweden in 1998.
Yeah.
Just reiterating that.
Yeah.
I mean, I want to say it's just because you don't understand Swedish, but I know a lot of like cinephiles that like aren't Swedish speaking that like absolutely rate this film. So I might just have to boil it down to your bad taste.
Listeners, you can decide. Watch the film. Watch Show Me Love.
Watch Show Me Love. It's an absolute classic. Yeah, I love it. Megs doesn't. And
I liked moments of it. Like I laughed a lot at some moments of it.
Yeah.
I would say it's also got like a lot of obviously outdated language in it, which is potentially just bad subtitles, but yeah, like it just like absolutely goes in on like a woman who uses a wheelchair for like literally no good reason, and like never really resolves that.
Right, yeah. I mean, not to defend, if it is in any way ableist, then, you know, I'm obviously trying to be on the right side of history here. But do you think maybe it's trying to make a point out of like the environment that they are in, and the fact that they are lumped together as the two outcasts, as one that is wheelchair bound, as in another person who is like, they're both like not the norm, you know? Somebody has a disability, somebody is a lesbian. None of them are like the cis, straight, white, bog standard that you are meant to be in this small town. So they are like the two people that are the outcasts of this town, and that's the point.
Like it definitely makes sense why the person in a wheelchair like and the gay character would be like together because of that point. But then like the interaction that they have, and like the argument that, well, it's not even an argument, like the main girl just has an absolute go at her and is like super offensive, and then never really like comes back from that. Like they don't really ever resolve their friendship. It's a bit bizarre. Anyway, that's just my 2 cents. I think it's probably like great. It's a bit like,
I'm just like, that's just really making me think, and like now about like, I guess, art in general, and like to what degree like it's useful in reflection of society. Well, not necessarily useful, but to what degree like people are feeling like we are highlighting things that are happening, and like, do you know what I mean? And that there's a commentary on that not being a right, because it's obviously angled in the film like this, she's not being nice doing this. Do you know what I mean? So it's not like if the message was that she just completely like went in on this girl and that was okay, that would be fucked up, right? But that's not the point. So
I guess so.
Is there a point that they are trying to make that where they're trying to be useful and maybe failing because you didn't feel like that was a useful point? Or is it just dated and weird, and was it meant to be, was it like, what was the point of it? Because otherwise it's like, oh, so are we not meant to have any like homophobia or racism or ableism or anything in films, because that is unnecessary? Do you see what I mean? What point I'm trying to make?
Yeah, I get like what you're overall like talking about. I think that like it's way more nuanced than like either we can have it or we can't. I think
obviously
like,
it all depends on the intention. Like its context is key.
Yeah, exactly. And like you can use it as a device if like, I guess your film is about that and you're like tackling it with wider context, and there is like some kind of narrative reason for there to be this outburst. It's like, I don't think like if the point is that like two outcasts are put together and then they can like lash out at each other.
Yeah, but she's not a lead in the film. She's a supporting character, and she's not, since there's no resolution to it. It's like, why is that placed there, I suppose?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also,
anyway,
fun fact, when we were watching the film, you know when it has like the class photo?
Yeah. The
vegan was like, oh, like on the right it looks like Anna. And I was like, which one? And they were like, wait, they all look like Anna.
That's so funny.
Queer me out. Heteroflexible is an automatic swipe left.
I mean, for me, sorry, to clarify, swipe left is a no.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, for me, yes. Here's my case for why.
Okay.
First of all, heteroflexible, what do you mean? Like
what do you mean?
What do you mean? A flexitarian is somebody that is a vegetarian, but they eat meats like sometimes when they're out, but they like prefer to be a vegetarian. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. If you're heteroflexible, it kind of means like, oh, when the options, like, I've ran out of men, so you're gonna have to do. Like, do you know what I mean? That's kind of what I'm reading. Like, or like, I'm just trying to do this for fun for a story. Like, what do you mean? Because you're saying you're hetero. What do you mean?
What do you mean? Like, are you bi or some other label, or are you not? Heteroflexible. Like, explain that to me.
Yeah, explain that to me. It's so weird. It feels the only like justifiable way I could find to like have this in your bio on your dating profile is like, I've only ever been hetero, but I wonder if there might be something else there, so I'd like to try it out. You know?
Yeah.
But that would be
then
curious.
Wouldn't you just put, like,
wouldn't that be curious then? Being
yes.
like curious.
Just curious. Or like, I'm bi. And then put in your thing, like, I haven't tried anything other than hetero stuff before, but like I really want to.
Yeah. Great, because there's nothing wrong with being curious. Like, if you decide you want to try it, and then you're with somebody else who's happy with, you know, having that sharing that experience with you, and then, you know, of course it's okay to change your mind and be like, oh no, maybe I was just hetero, but I wanted to try. That's fine. That's not like, oh, totally. you're not somebody's experiment. You know what I mean? Like, or you're not vice versa. Like, you were curious, and you are within your rights to be curious and try whatever you want to try.
Absolutely.
But
hetero-flexible.
No, it's so crazy. Like, who came up with this?
The straights came up with that.
Yeah, that's such a wild thing. I want to compare it to something. I want to reframe my flexitarian reference. It's rather like, I do eat meat and I like meat. I call myself a flexitarian because it feels like it's more like in right now to be a vegetarian. So I call myself a flexitarian so that like you think that I only eat meat rarely, and I try to be a vegetarian because I know it's a good thing for the world.
Exactly.
You know, but
like
if
you're putting heteroflexible on your profile, I'm assuming you're like opening your like you're looking for kind of column is everyone. I'm assuming you are going to think like, okay, women are going to see my profile and be like heteroflexible, like, oh cool, I'm in with a chance. And men are going to see your profile and be like hot, like someone who I could have a threesome with. Like, who are you trying to attract?
Also, not to be that guy, and like this might be rude, or maybe this is a cancelable offense to say, in which case maybe I should cut it out, but like do you ever see men with heteroflexible?
That part we wouldn't actually know the answer to that, so genuinely
but I would like to know, because that is a genuine question. Like, you know, because that and also, why does that ring different? Because it feels like, but maybe that's just speaking to our biases then, because it's like, oh, if a woman has heteroflexible, it's because she wants to be bi because it's hot for the men. But if a man has heteroflexible, it's because he genuinely wants to try being with a man.
But he's afraid to like step into his own light.
So maybe that's speaking to our biases
that is our own biases. But I think they're coming back to the same thing. Like, either way, if you're putting heteroflexible, then like feel free to just put bi-curious or bi, like on your, or queer. You know, like you can be queer and not know.
Yeah, but maybe it's like a gateway thing for people who like don't feel comfortable calling themselves anything else yet.
I just can't. Like,
maybe it's people who are like super scared of us queer people and they don't want to say anything. Maybe this is the woman you mentioned behind the counter last week who is like, I don't want to say anything offensive and I don't want to claim a title that isn't mine. So instead I'm just going to go for heteroflexible because that seems like the only way right now. And then after I've eaten pussy for the first time, then I can change it to bi-curious.
Oh, crikey. That's the state of things. If we've made you feel like that, people, I'm sorry. As a community, I'd like to apologise from us to you. You're part of us. Just step into your...
we have nothing to apologise for. I think we are not the people who are cancelling left, right, centre. I'm not going to speak on behalf of the tender queers. I shan't. I won't.
The tender queers or the gender queers?
The tender queers. The gender queers I will absolutely speak on behalf of. The tender queers. Have you not heard that term before?
No, never.
Tender queer is... Oh, this feels like sticky territory here. Because this feels like cancelable offences from me, because I don't want to hate on anyone within my community and I don't want to divide the community, but there is a nickname which is tender queers, which is like referring to super PC queers who are like super quick to cancel people, and it's like, you know, using their neurodivergence and their gender identity and like everything that's like marginalized about them as like a shield, and being like, you can't touch me because XYZ, but as if you even come close to like saying anything inappropriate, I will strike you down. That kind of vibe. Like, if you
cut that out. But the rest of it I think was good. I think the rest of it was, you painted a picture. We all know people like that. We know queer people like that, and we know non-queer people like that. You know, it's not a queer only experience. And I think
it for sure isn't. But that's like where that nickname has come from. Which I think is so obviously counterintuitive, because I think it often comes from a place of like, actually you wanting to safeguard yourself, so you are like cancelling other people to make sure that people know that you are on the right side, so that they can't find any holes in like your politics, you know. Which is really unfortunate, because that's like just not giving people like the benefit of the doubt and not like letting people learn, and that's like what's creating division and what's like making cancel culture toxic instead of just like a tool to like really weed out harmful people.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, I put a lot of thought into this.
That was amazing. I'm really speechless, to be honest.
Yeah,
I think we should head into some unsolicited advice.
for sure. As we mentioned last week, if you or your friends or anybody else wants any unsolicited advice on a dating situation or other, please feel free to send it in to us, and we will do our best efforts to solve everything for you. This week, we've got a beautiful submission from somebody whose name I shan't disclose. Pronouns
Lovely.
she, her. Hi, Ozzy Dykes. I have recently started dating somebody who is 2 years below me at my university, and it's been great so far. However, I'm not sure if I want this to be a long-term thing or not. I'm unsure how to go about this, as we are in school together, and I know it's not really a power dynamic, but I am 2 years above, and that feels weird to me. If I were to end things, help, what should I do?
Oh my God. Okay. Number one, hello yourself. Number two, I can't lie, 2 years at university is longer than 2 years elsewhere.
Yeah, like even if you've taken like a year out or something before you attended university, and like maybe there's just a year apart, like because of the university power dynamic, like that's obviously why she mentioned it, because it is such a significant weird thing.
Yes, totally. It's like once you've graduated, there would be no power dynamic.
Yeah.
You'd be like 24 and 26 or whatever.
I'm also confused because she says like, oh, I'm unsure like what I want it to be, or like if it's going to be a long-term thing kind of vibe. And then but I don't know if like how I would go about ending it. And I'm like, so are you wanting to end it, or are you wanting it to just not be a serious thing and you don't know how to go about that? That's
so true. I feel like if you're writing in, you kind of know that you're kind of doing it for the plot, and like you're not really that interested. Like,
but if you're doing it for the plot, how long can you keep doing it for the plot? And here's the thing, something that I'm trying to learn is that like people are responsible for themselves, and you have to trust that people, like, of course you're going to treat people well and try and be a nice person, right? And of course you're going to be respectful, but you also have to trust that people can like take care of themselves, and that like your decisions aren't going to be like so pivotal to their like emotional well-being. Like you don't have that power, respectfully.
Yeah, that's very true. You're both grown adults.
Yeah, like, and like you have to trust that like she can make her own decisions, and like if she feels like this, you can say like, oh, this is what I want it to be. Like you have to say that. Like it's weird if you're putting it under the guise of like, oh, I can't wait to like marry you and have children. Like that would be strange if that's not your plan. But if you've not necessarily talked about where this is going,
why? You just need to have a frank conversation. Like you're already dating.
Yeah.
Like you're already at uni together. Like you're already in it. Like this would be different if you're like, should I get involved with someone who's 2 years below me? Like you've done it, mate. So now you've just got to have the conversation with this person rather than asking us. Don't ever write to us again.
However, if you are with somebody and you're super sensing that they are just putting you on a pedestal and being like, yes, everything's fine, it's okay for it to be casual, blah blah blah, then I retract my statement, and in having to trust that people have autonomy. This person clearly doesn't have autonomy, and you have to break up with them for their own good. Like if you are clearly sensing that you're hurting somebody and they're just wanting to be with you at whatever cost, do them a favor, mate.
Yeah, exactly.
You know? On that note,
oh my gosh,
another
good luck. I hope you at least get to have like sex on an office desk or something, like before this is all over.
Exactly. I was going to say in the toilets, in the school toilets, which isn't as glamorous, but like for some reason that feels,
but that does
like,
represent who we are as people.
Exactly. And like, do you also feel like that's something that you want to have done at least once?
Sex in the toilet?
Yeah, sex in a school toilet, like at least once.
Oh, school toilet.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that was another thing about the film. Just want to add this in.
Yeah.
I don't want to watch children like being intimate. The kiss was abhorrent. It was like that is what it was.
No, for sure.
Anyway.
Yeah. Thank you for that last minute addition. I agree and I understand.
Okay. Well, we love you all so much.
We love you all so much. Thank you for another brilliant episode, and we shall see you next week.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Get it off your chest, get 'em off your back. Get your compulsions back on track. Stick it to the strikes, tell 'em take a hike. Join your obsessive compulsive dykes.
I cannot describe to you how much there's sweat dripping down my body.